just want to put a spotlight on this slide. It's the power of partnerships from different backgrounds. So we have ECOBANK in there, we have a fintech, and then we have an MNO. So the fintech obviously is a household name, I think, Jumo, and then MTN needs no introduction. We've been able to process over 600 million loans, making sure that at least over 3 million customers have access to finance. And guess where our NPLs are? You can see on the screen, below 4%. What's the average transaction size again? $34, $35. This is what we are trying to do to transform the livelihood of the African, even for those in micro businesses, right? Somebody can borrow funds in the morning and decide to repay in the evening. Somebody can borrow funds today and repay in a week or in a month. Either two, they might not be able to have that access. I remember, I think yesterday's conversation, somebody actually said that the banks do not want to utilize MNO data to provide access to financing. I guess this slide tells a different story. So those of you who are in that section can actually attest to it that I was about to respond. And then I think the lady managing the mics noticed that my response would be much more greater than the question. So she actually paused on it. But we are trying, our heartbeat is to make sure that we transform the African micro businesses and the individual. We are even moving a notch higher to say that average loans of $5,000 to the small businesses can be assessed. And I'm happy to share that as we speak today, I'm not putting my colleagues in Rwanda on the spotlight. We are actually piloting that service in Rwanda. So that is what we are trying to do, to be able to transform businesses and livelihood in Africa through the power of what? Digital.
You also talked about your XpressLoan facility, which is fantastic. $600 million so far distributed across, and it's XpressLoan.
This is just one market. This is Ghana.
This is just Ghana.
This is just Ghana. I mean, I decided to just highlight only on one market.
And this over how many years?
This is over, let me see, roughly 3 years, 4 years. Yeah, this is just Ghana.
Wow.
There are a number of countries that we've launched this, but I just decided to focus on Ghana. Probably I was being biased because I'm a Ghanaian.
600 million.
Yes.
So again, putting those together, what kind of impact have you made on small businesses and even individuals offering this kind of service, the digital and the XpressLoan?
You know, mobile money has come to stay.
Yeah.
And we need to find a way, because the telcos do not have banking license to be able to provide funding.
No.
So we need to also make sure that we support the transformation of livelihood by partnering with fintechs and then MNOs, leveraging on their data and say that, look, let us use technology or data as the collateral for the loans and provide access to funding to these individuals and there's micro loans and micro customers.
Yes.
So we are using our balance sheets. There's a fintech that is helping with the digital scoring.
Yes.
And then there's a MTN that is providing their data sets. So data then becomes the collateral in all this mix. And trust me, as you actually overheard me talk about, we have our loans below 4% NPL.
Exactly. 3-point-something, yes.
Yes.
Very, very low.
So that should tell you that we are gradually shifting away from collateralized lending to leveraging on digital as collateral. Because you need to be able to understand the person that you are lending, whether they'll be able to pay, and all these are signs. Predictive analysis, using our strong algorithm to be able to get to the right customers. And trust me, even the below 3% that we are talking about, not because it's intentional defaulting or intentionally trying to bolt away with our funds, but there might be some peculiarities.
Yes.
And gradually, we see these numbers even going down. It changes almost every day. It reduces almost every day.
And how are you able to make that work? Because you know it has been the talk of town that a lot of people take XpressLoan and other small loans and they are not paying, that kind of thing. So you get the sense that there's a huge NPL But then you are telling us that, so how are you able to do this?
Well, science. It's just data science. Before you request for a loan, we have a strong prediction that you, Samuel, you'll be able to pay or not. So we are just leveraged on science.
Right.
We have artificial intelligence tools, machine learning that's continuously reviewing and improving the scorecard.